Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt Weisfeld coming at you with another chat with Matt. But this time I'm going to do it a touch differently. I'm going to use my phone with the screen recorder. That way, utilizing Facebook or whatever social media platform that makes sense for the given time. But I'm going to utilize that to add some more illustrations and pictures of the things we're talking about in events, which kind of what made me think about it was I'm getting ready to do this and was thinking, okay, let me talk about the event we just had, and I'll edit in some nice pictures later. But then I remembered, we already have all of them anyway. So I'm going to try this with a screen record and see if that helps to flesh this all out. So anyway, what day are we? Oh wow, it's Thursday already. So it's Thursday after the event we had this past weekend. We had a fantastic dealer event through VPI with our dealer, Larry Borden of Distinctive Stereo. And it was with one of our industry friends, and just, he's like part of the family in general, Gary Coe over at Genesis Advanced Technology. And with him showcasing his Maestro speakers and his new Foxtrot Minuet speakers. Two totally different animals. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling over here. Well, I've got the pictures over here. So pictured over here is the Foxtrot Minuets by Genesis. That's what's, oh wait, hold on, can I be extra fancy? There they are. Bam. Nice. So, and then also, we were using Heed Audio Electronics. That's new to me. I've actually never used Heed Audio before. So that was pretty cool. Really nice equipment, great sound. I also recently am finding I'm enjoying solid state better from an overall usability standpoint, because you have no idea how many times I've come in and when other people are using our stuff, and there's that tube amplifier left on all night. At least in this case, it's meant to do so. Anyway, cabling wise, for at least this system and the system that we have over here on display is actually the Dojo, which we've got the Dojo, which everyone's been hearing more about. But this is our set system right now, the upstairs Dojo listening room. We call it the lounge listening room since it's upstairs. And this is usually the main listening room that I've been using. One of the main reasons is that it doesn't get touched for the most part. It's up there. It's ready to go. We usually have two turntables. At the moment, we've got a classic signature and HW40 spinning up there, the classic signature with a Goldie, and then the HW40 being with a Shyla cartridge. Also, and let's see if I can circle this guy over there. We have our phono stage, our Avenger phono. We still haven't totally brought it to market. We've got the sound quality and everything else going with that. Just still some production things to get it going. But we were able to use that and give our stuff a spin with the Avenger phono. And it just sounds great. And it's really dialed in nicely with the Shyla cartridge. And it's just a great pairing altogether. Oopsie. There we go. Let's turn that off. I'm learning things about my phone. Oh, here we go. And guys, just a better idea of the event and what we had. This first picture is, of course, Baby John. Baby John with a Prime with a leather top. And guys, we've been exploring some more of that because the amount of OEM and partnerships, things we don't even talk about. We have done so many side projects for different art galleries, different design type firms and things like that. And we're just getting better and better with the different leather partners and other types of finishing. So this is a Prime with the Red Dragon finish. This was actually the prototype for the Red Dragon because we had connected nicely with a leatherworker, and which we've had to do because of past projects. And I wasn't sure about the Dragon. And so we did that, and we also tried it from a sampling just to see if they could handle curves, and they did a fantastic job with that. I was very excited. And this is Baby John just doing QC over here. Man, he is getting way too big, way too fast, and it's just crazy. It's and amazing, too. Seriously, anybody out there who's has kids, but they feel it's better to fight on the internet, you really need to take better stock of your life. I mean, and I was that guy. Pre having kids, You can probably go back to AudioGone or Audio Asylum or any of those other crazy forums. Steve Hoffman, Miles had a good forum for a time, and actually maybe it's still there. Sorry, Miles, so many things going on, but nonetheless, back in the day, I would actually take the time to fight every thread or go nuts. But now, I don't know. Life's just too short. So here's a nice picture of the main system downstairs. And the way it works with the dojo is that the main area is where we train, where we do events. We do Zumba with Sandy. Sandy Mullen is just one of the best human beings I've met. She's a cancer survivor. We linked up in the midst of COVID and people trying to find spaces. And just does a great class with Zumba and utilizes the space. So that's one of the things we did with the room, was just to make sure that it stayed nice and large so it could be used. And a lot of it was because of COVID. When we did the renovations in the dojo, all of it was just to make it as safe as possible, open space, and just being versatile with different events. I mean, we've done birthday parties, we've done Girl Scout events, we've had a lot of parties in general, graduation parties, but that's why we gave it a try by putting the curtains up, because once we got those, we tried that out when we did the Acora Audio Research event back in December, and that worked out great. Val at Acora hooked me up with their supplier for the curtains, got ourselves a pair, and now we're able to do it. And so we were very quickly able to convert the dojo into a high-end audio system, and in this case featuring Heed Electronics. I don't know any of the model numbers, guys, so you're going to have to go online, take a closer look at the pictures, and check that all out. That's just out of my scope with it. And then at the end of the chain is the Genesis Maestro speakers. Those are actually ours. Years ago, we did a product trade for what Gary has is... I want to say it's a Vanquish prototype, but it was really a prototype for a lot of our direct drive technology, which paved the way for us to eventually make the Avenger Direct, the Vanquish, and everything. The actual next iteration of the table that Gary had is the one that Joe Parvey down in Florida at House of Stereo has. So, I mean, hey, I'm usually the industry romantic who likes to keep the museum type pieces, but I guess we have lots of friends who are the same. So, but in any case, those are the Maestros. I believe they're $45,000 retail at the end of the chain. These specific have a rosewood finish that you can't get. So again, I kind of like it. For the Heed audio, underneath that, we do have our VPI isolation bases, and they're great. They're robust. They've got the HW 40 feet. They work, and we just like to utilize them as an option. I had some people reach out like, oh, you going up against Still Point? You going up against ISO Acoustics? No, we love those guys. Still Point's great. ISO Acoustics is great. Actually, they saw the original HW 40 feet when they launched it. They thought it was pretty good. Yeah, it was just a good time all around. So with that, it's just really been useful, the VPI isolation base, just so we have a potential base when we go to shows, because anyone who's ever done a demonstration, there's nothing worse than getting ready to do an audio show and you get your rack and your table just doesn't fit. So the VPI Cherry isolation base just gives us that ability for whether it's to put underneath monoblocks or our table, we're in good shape. We featured, again, besides the Heed audio electronics, this also is utilizing the Avenger Phono, and then we've got the Titan Direct at the start of the chain with Gary Coe's Genesis Hyper cartridge. Let's see what we have next. It was a really good turnout. This was from the first night, guys. I don't think I put the pictures up for Sunday yet, so I won't even go there. But this was Saturday, and what we've really been enjoying doing is fleshing it out, where we do 2 events. Well, kind of 3. The third one isn't really audio. That's more on the karate side, because this open space we have here, where we see all of the listeners, would usually be empty, and then would just be fine for doing karate, because that's the main point of it. So on Friday nights, or what we did this past Friday, and I think I have a post so I can show a picture if we get to that, is that we'll do our standard adult karate class at 6, and then that goes till about 7:30, and after that we just kind of hang out and do some more karate, have some spirits, and discuss the week. And we fire up the system. So, I mean, we don't go all out with the curtains on a Friday night. We just throw it up and we keep training. And sometimes we'll have the system playing while we're training karate. It is just a really nice experience. But I want you guys to all take a notice at the audience over here. This is not an audio society event. This is just a standard listening event, which we've started that rhythm of every month doing this, where I look at it as we do a music event on Saturday, an audio society on Sunday, and then on Friday, if you happen to be into karate and want to give it a try, that's where I invite more of the karate friends, and because I would love for them to check out the music side of things, and I'd love for the music side of people to check out the karate. And so for this event, guys, you're going to notice we have a lot of young people. We've got I'm counting you also there, Larry. So we got the young guy Larry over there. Look at that guy. He's all classy with the hat. And then now, guys, Gary isn't wearing a crown for like any egocentric type of reason. He's wearing a crown because it was his birthday. And we've got such amazing people at the dojo. Shout out to Bridget, who is one of my black belts, as well as a sensei, instructor, all that stuff. And just overall, like, keeps that place going when I'm all over the place. Because we all know I could be a little bit everywhere because of the kids, the companies, and everything. So, but Bridget wanted to make sure we had an extra special birthday and hooked us up with some birthday crowns. So Gary was addressing the audience and talking about the finer points of his system and how it all worked, since they asked him questions. But you're going to notice, guys, there's a lot of young listeners here. Actually, a lot of them are not audiophiles. Let's see if I can zoom in. So over here, there's a bunch of students from Monmouth University. The first 4 people over here. And so that's 2 of my students is a gentleman named Chris, who wants to go into finance and business and marketing. And then Anna, who she was just doing business marketing in general. Now she really likes this industry, so she wants to learn more about everything in general. She might be joining us for the Vinyl Con this weekend, but we'll see. At Monmouth University, I know Larry can appreciate this because he is also a college professor. I like to offer as many opportunities for students to get real-life experience. Being able to go to a music event, meet a dealer, meet a manufacturer like Gary. And yes, they meet me because of, being the professor, but, that's just being the professor. Like, I want them to get variety and not just me. Then in the background, you see Matt Klott from, I believe, Enjoy the Music and The Absolute Sound, and a couple of other people in general. Steve Fallone, a known recording engineer. And it's just nice that they get to meet these people. But again, a lot of them here are just young music lovers that want to learn more, and you want to grow the industry, invite the next generation. And then when they get here, don't be a jerk. So let's see what we have next. Oh, and a shout out to Kiwi, my neighbor. She is another entrepreneur over here. So she has this company. I believe it's newer. I don't know too much about it. All I know is that the coffee is fantastic. It's called New Coffee. It's a company that she started, I believe, with her husband or on her own or whatever. And the whole family came with a nice little booth. And hey, everyone talks about how alcohol and music goes well together. Well, I also think fine coffee goes well with music as well. And this to me has been the best. I like their medium roast, and it's good. It's got the flavor, no headache, no nothing. It's just nice. So a little shout out there. Another shot of the listeners of people of all ages over here, guys. When we have some regulars, Tony West found the sweet spot, and he's not going anywhere. We have Lee Shelley back there. Then my guy Eric, who's one of my karate guys. Evelyn, our performing arts. But it's just, you have anybody who loves music, they're invited to come and join in. This is the lounge listening room. It was funny when Alan Nadelstein kept asking very good questions. They really were very good questions. But he kept on going. And then the younger generation / these 5, the 4 in the front are students at Monmouth. I don't know the gentleman in the back, but he was a nice person as well. So they ended up going to the upstairs system and started blasting some Linkin Park and some Red Hot Chili Peppers. So they had a good time with it. This was the reception area. What's nice about the dojo is that it's broken up into 4 different areas. The main reception area, where when you walk in, we have it set with food. We've got a TV for presentations. And if you really want to hang out, and there's Ben. Look at it, guys. Ben can smile. Whoa. So, and my neighbor's back there. We've got Esso and Alicia Unison. Alicia Unison's the one that got me to run for political office at Homedale. So it was all her fault. And then Ron Carlin, a longtime customer and friend, and other members from our dojo and kids in general. So we've just made it so that the dojo is a nice place for people to come, whether you're the adult who wants to do karate or listen to music, or you're the child that needs a martial arts education, wants to do crafts. We do everything, guys. We do all sorts of things. Then in the summer, we open up the pool. And why can't I go over? All right. Then next we have, looks like Adel's having a good time. So there's Adel and Allison with Ben. Good things come in threes. So there you go. We have Ben, Adel, and Allison. So there you go, Ben. Your shirt is proving the point already. And then, guys, just more tables, general of the people who are at this event. Danny, Christina, Amy, everybody over here, just having a good time. And just enjoying the experience. Again, my neighbors and folks from Homedale. So I'm just really glad they all came, and Ben hanging out with Baby John. And there's Bill Petit. Guys, this has been a great thing for me, having Bill join the team, because before COVID, back when he was still with Audio-Technica, he really was a great partner and just in general industry friend to have. If there was an audio show and I knew I couldn't make it, I knew if Bill was there, it was covered. Well, listen, I'm not saying I would trust Bill to do the cartridge setup for Gary's Hyper cartridge, but at the same time, if he was my only option to get that cartridge safe and get the system together or make sure the product gets where it needs to go, I knew that if Bill was there, I was in good shape. He helped us out for 2 Chicagos in the past couple of years, and one, I think it was the Florida show, wherever it was. He was always a great friend and asset, in the industry. And he's really the main cause for the Shyla cartridge, because I was struggling. I was really struggling to partner with cartridge manufacturers. It was a combination of materials and costs and then just design differences, let's say. And then Bill just ushered that right in with Audio-Technica. The good folks over there, Ozawa and Takomi and everybody, and Kurt was involved as well. All of them just helped make sure that Harry, my dad, got to, have the DNA and design cues that he wanted in their Art 9. So that was really great. And having Bill come on board has been so different compared to other staff members, because he kind of already knew what we were about. He didn't have to come in and like we had to, okay, so we're a family business. We're not your regular company. We just he already gets it. He already gets that everyone's got to feel like they're part of the family. Everyone's got to be educated. And he already knows the staff, so that just works nicely from everyone getting along. This was a nice little neighborhood shot of me and the whole Riverside team over there. I, too, have a crown because it was my birthday, not the day of. We just turned it into a whole birthday celebration in general. And there's Kiwi with the coffee and Alicia, and so everyone just always being positive forces in the world in general. And there's Jane, the other Jane, who was at the dojo as well. It's her birthday. It was last week. She also, wait, we can't say everyone's age. We all turned 21 again. Jane, Gary, and myself. It's amazing. We just keep turning 21. And her son, Kenny and Casey, who are just fantastic students and up-and-coming leaders of tomorrow. Casey has been just really interested in diving deeper with cleaning records. It was funny, Kenny, his older brother, we were doing a listening session after class once. We're sitting there, and my guy Eric, who was pictured earlier, made a music comment to Ken. And I think it was Aerosmith or whatever, but he made it, whatever the band was. Kenny was like, hey, can we put on Aerosmith? I love that band. And everyone in there was like, okay, Kenny, you just got some cool points. You can stay. And so here he is as a teenager hanging out with a bunch of people listening to Aerosmith or whatever album it was. And no, so we just love having them around. And I know Jane likes the events and all of this stuff. So it's just good in general, just having everybody in and around. The kids at the event. And obviously, guys, for everyone who's like, oh, we got to get kids in there, we have them cleaning records. I don't have them cleaning a one-step. I give Casey a stack of dollar records. If he cleans it and it's well, he had a good time and he cleaned the record for whoever's going to get it. If he messes it up, it's $1 record. It's okay. What are we going to do? Make it less than $1? It's not the end of the world. But that's the other stuff, guys, where you got to give these kids a chance. Yeah, look at them. They're a little out there and crazy. And I'd say that about if my kid's in there too. Let's see if my kid... Look at that kid. Baby John's nuts in all the right ways. I'm not going to trust him with a $10,000 cartridge. But if one of these kids wanted to learn how to do a cartridge... alignment or whatever. I mean, I let Shyla do it. Shyla in Florida put the leads on the Shyla cartridge, which scared the heck out of me, guys. I'm not gonna lie. That was a little rough. But like, I hope to be able to do a cartridge clinic. In fact, that's it. I'm gonna do that in the near future. I'm gonna do a cartridge setup clinic or something, and no one's allowed if they're over like. I'm just kidding. I'm just something where it's just like, oh, you're a kid. Let's give it a try. So, we'll see. It's just a great bunch in general. Baby John. That's Eric, the guy I keep talking about, clearly negotiating for some more coffee. And then back to Baby John and the record. So, but yeah, guys, so showing that off in the sense of, and again, just another batch of pictures from the music event. Jane, Bill, Gary, Jane Squared, Alicia, Larry, and everybody. And guys, this whole VPI Dojo thing, that's a brand new thing we just kind of threw together. And we threw this together because people were going to the wrong place. We were posting, oh yeah, I forgot we shared that. We were posting things for the dojo at the VPI house. And sure enough, somebody showed to the wrong venue. We've had some people go to the VPI house and we're like, oh, this is no good. See, that's what I mean. Trying karate and music. It's a lot of fun, guys. So we're going to do that again. That's not anything special. Oh, Tsunami Karate, give it a like. Well, thank you. Mickey over there. We got to get you over here. Yeah, Jew, Sean, everybody. So anyway, going back with this. And then again, birthday celebrations, April birthdays. Guys, I know it may seem a little crazy, but like in my house growing up, and I know this was more my mom. My dad's at the point where it's like, it's a birthday, yay. But, like, forget it. We would celebrate a birthday, like, 3 times in my house. It'd be once with the family, once, like, at school, once at the factory, once we all go out to dinner. So I like that stuff, guys. I like to celebrate people. And I get it as we get older. We don't want to talk about the number so much as the celebration of life. So that's kind of what stemmed all of this, because Gary was doing a lot of traveling. He just came from Norway. I just came from Chicago. And in the weeks leading up to it, we had a bit of a, we're not going to really be able to celebrate our birthdays. Why don't we just do a music event and right after Expona, celebrate our birthdays together and have a good time? But then it was like, wait, but this person has a birthday and that person has a birthday. So, yeah. So that's what we said, let's just do a happy April birthday party. So we celebrated Gary, we celebrated Jane, we celebrated Tony. We actually didn't realize it was Tony's birthday at first, but we got him in there too. So there we have it, guys. There's Gary and me hanging out. Yep, got my flip-flops on. One of those, my little guilty pleasures. There's Jane Squared with the cake and Goldie. Hello Kitty. All about the Hello Kitty. And then, it's not his birthday, but come on, look how cute he is. He's a Burger King. Look at that Burger King. Look at that Burger King. And there's Tony. So that was a good time. Looks like Jane's face is on fire there. It's insane. And another shout out for coffee and the dojo in general. And that's really it, guys, as far as the event. The event was really a lot of fun. It was, guys, I like doing those things just because of having it where it's open to anybody. Whether you're a kid, whether you're a college student, a high school student. Liam, our high school intern, has been doing a lot of this stuff. He was so bummed out. He completely forgot about it. On Monday, he was asking about it, and I said, yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. He was so upset that he missed it. So that's why, guys, every time, like, how do we get people in? Throw a party and invite everybody. If they come, great. If they don't come, well, be nice to the people who do come. Then they'll tell others, say, hey, I had a good time. Then maybe they'll bring more people to the party and celebration. And of course, we celebrated once more time for Passover. This was really nice for me in general. It was just nice doing Passover again. I don't even think we celebrated Passover last year, and that's just because between COVID and kids and everything else the past 4 years, it's been a little rough. But it's always nice to have a full Passover table. I mean, this is the stuff that we did back in the day. My house was the house to go to. We'd bring up an extra table. We'd invite everybody, and just so this was unexpected. It's not that we were planning or not planning. There was so much going on, we didn't even think about it. And then in the end, it came together with having Gary and his wife Fiona, Bill and Bill. Look at that. We got the two Bills next to each other. So multiple Bills, multiple Janes. Let's see, any other doubling up? Just kidding. So nonetheless, it's always good to have family with you and just celebrate these holidays. Having the kids part of this stuff, Shiloh posing like she always does. And, so that was it was just a really good weekend. So I guess today's chat with Matt is just talking about how great the music event went this past weekend. I hope you guys join us for future ones. This past Sunday, we also did have a nice time with the New Jersey Audio Society. I didn't put any pictures up just yet. So there's Mark Block. Let's see if Mark has anything good. Okay. Well, nonetheless, I'm not going to be doing that over this. So anyway, guys, there we go. See, profile picture. That's a nice little thing. It was a really fun time. I'm really glad that Larry from Distinctive Stereo came down. If you need a good New Jersey dealer, give Larry a call, and he can set up a listening session. And actually, anybody who wants to hear that system that we've fired out, it's still there. We're still running that at the dojo, the VPI Dojo. Again, we've kind of carved that out as a space just because more people are calling it that. And we still have the VPI house, guys. We've been working on that and looking to breathe life back into that. And ultimately, the plan is to eventually have it where one VPI house event, one VPI dojo event, and just go from there. So anyway, guys, anybody who's watching this, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was, I guess, a quicker one than others. And just talking about this past weekend's music event. Stay tuned for other music events. If you're part of the New Jersey Audio Society, or you want to learn more about the New Jersey Audio Society, reach out to Mark Block. Mark, I don't even know if it's your responsibility. I just, call upon you because you're just a really friendly guy that likes to connect people with this stuff. But, check my Facebook page, our VPI page. We're a little behind on the blog posts, but check our blogs to stay tuned on everything happening. And, we'll catch you all next time for another chat with Matt. This is Matt Weisfeld, and see you all next time. If you liked what you heard, make sure you hit that like button and share it. And if feel free to throw some comments down there for feedback and other things you'd like to hear about. See you all next time.